World leaders including US President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin have congratulated India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi on winning a historic third term. US President Joe Biden said he will work with Prime Minister Modi to further strengthen India-US relations. Greeting the Indian Prime Minister in a post on X, Biden said, and I quote, "Congratulations to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the National Democratic Alliance on their victory and the nearly 650 million voters in this historic election. The friendship between our nations is only growing as we unlock a shared future of unlimited potential." Before that, Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke over phone with the Prime Minister, congratulating him on the election results. The list of world leaders also included British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and several others. As preparations are underway at Rashtrapati Bhavan in Delhi for the oath-taking ceremony, diplomatic attention will now shift towards the inauguration ceremony, for which Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe has been invited. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invited him to attend his swearing-in ceremony when Wickremesinghe called him to greet him on the election results and congratulate him as well. Historically, Prime Minister Modi has invited global leaders to attend his swearing-in ceremonies. In 2014, SAARC countries were invited, while in 2019, the BIMSTEC countries graced the occasion. One of Prime Minister Modi's first international visits after assuming office is likely to be Italy, where India has been invited to participate in the G7 summit. This invitation is part of a continuing tradition, as Modi has been a regular invitee since 2019, starting with an invitation from France. He attended the G7 summit virtually in the UK in 2021 due to the pandemic, followed by in-person summits in Germany in 2022, Japan in 2023, and now Italy next in line. Italian G7 host Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni was quick to congratulate the Prime Minister over his victory, the first Western leader and G7 leader to wish the Prime Minister well. Parliamentary conventions dictate that the Prime Minister must prove his majority in Parliament, which will be a priority before fully engaging in foreign policy commitments. As for the upcoming Swiss Peace Summit, it is unlikely that the Prime Minister will attend. Instead, India is expected to send an official representative. And for more on this, our principal diplomatic correspondent, Sitan Sibor, has sent us this report.
Hectic political activities take place here in Delhi for the formation of the next government, but we know that the oath-taking ceremony takes place on the 8th of this month at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And going by past precedents, we know that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been inviting foreign leaders. In 2014, it was the leaders of the SAARC grouping. In 2019, the BIMSTEC grouping leaders were invited. No word as of now the foreign leaders being invited or not, but we know that it will be a packed diplomatic agenda for the new government. Next week, the G7 summit happens in Italy, and India has been invited. The Indian Prime Minister has been invited, and we know that he has been traveling to the G7 summit since 2019. But we know that there will be a floor test as well. So the next government will be carefully taking care of the domestic agenda versus India's foreign policy commitments. With video journalist Ajit, responsible for WION in New Delhi.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.